Hey everyone, it's Esty from Ocean 101. I'm here with Kelsie Stevens, a children's pastor for Capital Church. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Great. And what is like an example that you have to leave for the children here at Capital Church, and how does it affect them?
Okay, let's see. An example that I have to leave the kids, I would just say to be uniquely yourself. I think that God created all kids for a purpose, and he created them unique, and that kids just need to lean into that, and then also just to trust God with whatever he has for them. So I would say that I lead by example by being uniquely, a little bit interestingly me, also just trusting God with whatever he has for my life, to open doors, to close doors, and if he opens a door, I just jump and hope I fly.
Those are great characteristics. And what is your favorite part about being a children's pastor? Like, what are some memorable moments that you have here at Capital Church?
Oh, I don't even know where to start. I love being a children's pastor. I would say it's definitely God's calling on my life. And when you step into what God has for you, then every part of it is the best part. But I just love the kids. I think that kids carry the most joy. And, they say that the kingdom of heaven is the children's. And I think part of that is because they carry such a beautiful amount of joy. So I just love working with the kids, the joy that they bring. And then also I just love things like VBS and kids camp, and just really getting to live out my inner child with the kids. So that's probably my favorite.
Yes, and VBS is coming up, so that's going to be fun. Yes, and most people know you as a children's pastor, but what are some other things that you do outside of like just pastoring?
Well, I would say my number one call on my life right now is to be a mom. So I have two children. I have a third grader, Waverly, and then a kindergartner, Brody. And so I spend a lot of time raising my children because that is my number one job and my first investment. And then I'm a wife. And so my husband and I, we have lots of fun together. And then I also am a photographer. So a little bit on the side, I do photography. And then for fun, me and my family, we love doing outdoorsy things. So we love to paddleboard, to ride our ATV, to go hiking, and just get as much sun as I can because I'm a total sun baby.
I agree. I am too. And what do you hope to leave behind as a legacy to the children around you? What do you want to be known as?
I don't really care if I'm known as anything. One of my favorite quotes is that people will never remember what you said. They will never remember what you did, but they will always remember the way you made them feel. So I would say that for the kids, I just hope that they always remember the feeling of love, and that they belong, and that Jesus loves them, and that they will carry on that legacy to their kids and to other people that they know, in making people feel loved, making them feel seen, and knowing that they belong.
Those are great. I love that quote. That is just, I never heard it, but that's a great quote.
It's one of my favorites.
Nice. And last question, what is something you wish you knew at the age of 24 that can help someone else in their future?
Okay, the age of 24. Let's see. At the age of 24, I was recently married, and I would say that I had no idea what I was going to do with my life. So a little backstory. My family started a church 100 plus years ago. And then my great-grandmother had 18 children.
Oh, wow.
And they started the church and she had 18 children. So she naturally became the children's pastor, right? Because most of the children in the church were hers. And so anyone else that joined the church, she just took their kids. And then my grandma was one of the 18, and then she became the children's pastor at the same church. And then my mom became the children's pastor at the same church. So being a children's pastor is generational for me. When my husband and I got married, he just didn't feel like that church was a right fit for him. So we ended up leaving Deer Flat and coming to Capital Church. And Deer Flat is a wonderful church, but it just wasn't quite the fit for my husband and I, and we needed our own thing. So then when I got here to Capital, I put down any idea of ever being a children's pastor. And I was just like, okay, God, you must have something else for me. And so then other doors opened and I became a photographer and all of these things. And I didn't think I would ever be a children's pastor, even though I always knew in my heart that that's what I was going to be. And then, let's see, when I was much older, 35, maybe 34, as we were sitting in a service in here, God literally said to me, you are going to be the children's pastor of Capital Church. And I was like, no, I am not. I do not receive that. I put that away a long time ago. So at 24, I wish I had known that when God gives you a vision, when God gives you a purpose, that is what you're supposed to do. And you're never supposed to say no to God. You're always supposed to lean into that and then just let the right doors open and the right doors close. So anyway, that was 4 years ago. And now here we are. And sure enough, God knew exactly what he was talking about. So for 24-year-old you, whoever is 24 out there, I would just say, know the desires of your heart. Know what God created you for. And then never let anyone tell you anything differently.
Oh my gosh, that's great advice. Thank you so much for your time, Pastor Kelsie. And don't forget to learn, apply, succeed. See you in the next video. Bye.